Back at it with disc golf battles here. Today we got the 2019 Hall of Fame Classic battle between Adam Hammes and Calvin Heimburg. Gonna get into it here with Adam's drive on hole 1. Good looking drive right down the middle of the fairway, par 4. Going into the final round, Adam Hammes has a 1-stroke advantage over Calvin Heimburg. Got the young version of both of these players here. Young bucks. Calvin's drive here on hole 1, par 4. A woods course here at W.R. Jackson, so gonna see a lot of these tight corridor shots. Calvin's drive is pretty good. Ends up getting to a good spot. Here's Calvin's approach. Nestles it right up under the basket. That's going to be a starting birdie for Calvin Heimburg. Adam Hammes looking to match right away. Keep that 1-stroke lead. Approach shot. Really good. Both of them basically park in hole 1. They'll tap in their birdies and move on to hole 2. Par 3. Hammes will be driving first still. Puts it up there, kind of gets through on the right side of the woods and puts himself outside the circle. Gonna be a long putt coming up for Adam for his birdie. Calvin now. Drives it in there. Great skip. But also going to be a edge of circle putt for him. Adam will be up first. Great putt. Rattles it in there. It's going to be 2 birdies to start the round for Adam as he's trying to protect his 1-stroke lead over Calvin. Take another look. See. Drops that in there. Beautiful. Calvin now looking to match with his putt on hole 2. Takes care of business. So these 2 young studs are off to a hot start here in the final round. Both coming out with birdies. We're going to skip forward to the putt on hole 3. Adam cashes in the birdie putt from deep. Look at that thing. Take another look. Adam just on fire to start the round. Bangs that right in the middle. Beautiful putt. 3 for 3 on the first 3 holes for Adam. Calvin has this putt here to stay even. Bangs it as well. Not going to give up any ground. Got the umbrella out on a sunny day. Moving on to the putt on hole 4. Par 3. Adam ran into some trouble after a couple wood shots. He's got this putt for par. And he bangs it again. He can't believe it. Or he can believe it. He's just throws his hands up in surprise, I guess. Yeah, absolute putting clinic from deep by Adam Hammes to start the round. However, he will be getting the par on that short par 3. So that leaves Calvin an opening here with this long putt. But he can't connect for the birdie. So on a hole where Adam went through the woods, Calvin thought he'd be getting a stroke. Now he might be losing a stroke if he doesn't make this putt. But he puts it in there. Keeps their scores the same for the round. Calvin's still one behind Adam going into the 5th hole. Got a long par 3 here, over 400 feet. Adam's forehand catches one of the trees, stays in the middle, but no birdie shot from there for him unless he throws it in. Calvin's drive slicing through the trees and puts it right up near the basket. Great drive from Calvin. Looking to get even on hole 5 here. Take another look. Definitely gets a little bit of luck maybe through there, but that's what you need. On to Adam's approach on hole 5. Looking to still maintain par. And he's going to do that with that great approach. So Calvin gains a stroke on hole 5 after he puts in the birdie putt. On to hole 6 as they are now all knotted up at 22. Calvin's drive on another par 3. Skipping up there. It's going to be that same range, circle 2, where they've been putting from all day. Going on to Adam's drive on hole 6. After that 3 for 3 start, he's got 2 pars in a row. Still a great start. Looking to get back on the birdie streak though, as Calvin is close, or has a putt at least. Get a little bounce off that berm. Adam's got similar distance putt to Calvin on hole 6. Calvin will be up first though. Birdie putt cashes it. Quite a putting display so far from both of these players. Take another look. Nicely done. Puts the pressure on Adam to make his putt, or else Calvin's going to get that lead after only 6 holes. But Adam puts it in. So they're going to stay even. Knotted up. Moving up to hole 7. Got a par 4. Gonna skip the drives on this one and get into the approach. Adam's approach will be first. Nice looking shot through the gaps and gets himself up into that same range that they've been putting themselves at all day. Definitely a theme on this course. Calvin in a similar awkward lie position, but a bit closer, spins it up there. So that's going to be 2 more birdie looks. Adam will be first. Puts it in. A little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. But regardless, takes care of business. Moving on to hole 8. After Calvin actually only had a par on hole 7. That was his second shot. Adam long putt on hole 8 for par after both him and Calvin winded their way through these woods. Calvin's got another putt. Same thing for par, but he cashes it in. So Adam misses the par putt on hole 8. Calvin makes his par putt. And that'll drop Adam right back down into a tie with Calvin. On to hole 9, par 4, Calvin's drive. Way out there. Gets a great skip. Gonna have to deal with that tree, but looks like he'll be able to make do. Adam's drive now, looking to bounce back from that birdie. Or bogey, pardon. Only 9 holes to go. Almost matches Calvin's drive, putting it right up near his. Now Adam's approach. Looking to get back in the birdie column. Roll doesn't do too much, and it's going to be another birdie for Adam if he can knock that short putt down. Calvin, meanwhile, flicks his approach up there. Same thing. Well played hole by those two. So, after 2 more birdies, halfway through the round, all tied up. Calvin's drive on hole 10, par 4. Good drive. Once again, manages to keep pinning himself up behind these trees in the fairway, but with those long limbs, he'll be all right. Adam's drive on hole 10. Looks a little inside, and it clips that corner, but well, guess he got into an okay position. Flicks up his approach. Nicely done. On to Calvin's approach. Really a good throw. The bad little roll off that tree. But regardless, he's still in a good position here. But his birdie putt is low. Cannot take advantage of a nice approach. Meanwhile, Adam actually did have a shot out of the woods, so that was his par putt and not his birdie putt. Calvin fails to take a stroke on Adam, and it leaves it knotted up still going into hole 11. Long par 3, bending to the right a little bit. Calvin's drive, pretty good. Once again, bounces backwards off a tree. Seems like every drive he's had is doing that. Or getting stuck behind a tree. On to Adam's drive. Wide and hits a tree and does not go where he wants it to. So now he's throwing from the thicket for his second shot. Really just trying to get back in position. Back onto the fairway. So throwing his third shot now. Gonna be taking a bogey at best unless he throws it in, which he will not. But the approach is good. Secures him his bogey. Calvin looking to gain 2 strokes here on Adam. So close to doing that. Great looking putt, but he's only going to gain the 1 as Adam takes another bogey. Onto the putts on a long par 5, hole 12. Adam's putt. Can't quite ring it up like he was doing earlier in the round. Calvin misses yet another putt, which you'd be expecting him to make. So that's going to be 2 more pars, as those were both birdie putts on hole 12. Calvin's drive on hole 13, par 3. Hits a tree, so not going to be a birdie for him. Adam looking to capitalize, get back into a tie, as he is now 1 stroke behind after that birdie or bogey 2 holes ago. Keep confusing birdie and bogey. Great drive from Adam. That's going to get him right back up into a tie, at least with Calvin, unless he throws it in, which he almost does. Pushes it deep towards the parking lot, so now Calvin has to make this for par and just stay in a tie. Does that. Nice putt. Then Adam coming in here to clean up his birdie. He's going to tie it up. So after 13 holes, Adam has just surrendered the 1 stroke to Calvin. Quite a battle brewing here. On to hole 14, long par 5. Going to skip the drive and get into the approach to the basket. And Adam's third shot there is absolutely beautiful, kissing off a tree, or that might have been his fourth shot even. Calvin's approach to the basket hits a tree, and that's going to stymie him. So after his approach, he's going to be left with this putt here, which he sinks in for the par. Adam, meanwhile, after that great throw, but also a great bounce off the tree, is going to get his birdie and reclaim his one-stroke lead. After 14 holes, right back to where it started, with Adam up by 1. 4 holes remaining, onto the hole 15, par 4. Calvin's approach shot, not very good. Then Adam, meanwhile, putting from the woods up to the basket. Both of these guys, once again, stumbling through some of these holes. We're omitting these drives and approaches because they're not good. So as they work their way through the woods, get to their putt here on the par 4, Adam takes his par. And with that missed putt, Calvin is going to be putting this for bogey. Puts it in, still a nice putt. So now he drops back yet another stroke with just 3 holes to go. Adam up by 2. Drive on the shorter par 3. Adam connects on a tree. It was looking fairly good before that. Calvin has really gone quiet in the last 9 holes. Just playing with a lot of pars, but not many birdies. Calvin's drive here needs it in the worst way, and he parks it. Great job from Calvin. That's going to get him 1 stroke back at least. Adam's approach here on the 16th. Hits another tree and rolls. Jeez. Now he's got this for par. And despite all those bombs he knocked in earlier in the round, he's not going to connect on that one, and that's going to be a 2-stroke swing just like that. Exactly what Calvin needed. Adam takes the bogey, Calvin takes the birdie, and they're knotted up at 24 under with 2 holes to go. Calvin's drive on the par 4, tight wooded line. No idea where it is. There it is. Comes out of there. Good position for Calvin. Adam's drive now. Looking to match. Kind of sneaks through the left side. Not sure if that was the recommended route or not on the fairway, but regardless, both of them put their drives in a good spot. Adam will be approaching first to the basket on the par 4, hole 17. Skips down the hill a bit, and that's not a great approach. He knows it, he's frustrated. Calvin, meanwhile, looking to put this close and take control going into the final hole. And it's just okay. So now we got Adam's putt here from deep down the hill. Ooh, just off the chains. Calvin looking to take a 1-stroke lead, and he does that. 2 birdies in a row with Adam's par and bogey put Calvin up by 1 going into the final hole 18. Hole 18 is a long par 5. Calvin will be driving first and throws a shank and gets a horrible kick. So, Adam has some life. If he can put a good drive pipe down that fairway, he'll be in pretty position. And it's decent. Gets up there. He's like, yeah, I'll take that. Calvin now throwing from the woods for his second shot. Ends up hitting a little stump or something and ends up in the woods again. Just on the edge of it. Calvin throwing his third shot now. Just swinging it out up into position. Throwing his approach to the basket now. Throws a good shot, and he needed it. Right up against a tree like he has been many holes. So now moving up to Adam's third shot, coming into the basket here. Hits a tree, which helps him out a little bit, but still got a long putt. Got to make this to get a birdie and tie up Calvin here. Can't bank on Calvin missing his putt. Adam lines it up. Sneaks it up into there. What a huge putt from Adam. Take another look at how close this was. Just barely. Gets in there. So, 18 holes is once again not going to be enough for these two, as long as Calvin can knock this down. Puts it in. Going to playoff holes. More disc golf for a young Adam Hammis and young Calvin Heimburg. On to the playoff holes, starting on hole 1. Calvin will be driving first. Both of them piped this drive on hole 1 and finished with the birdie. So they're both feeling good about this hole. Calvin places his drive up there. Very nice. Adam needs to do the same now. Really like Adam's hair in this video. Rocking the flow. Adam's drive. Pipes it. So just like they did 18 holes ago, both them piping the drive on this tight woods hole. On to their approaches. Calvin will be first as Adam ended up out driving him. Approach is pretty good, right up there in the circle. So now Adam on to his forehand approach. Looks like he got really close to those trees, but maybe not as he puts it up there. He's going to have a putt, but he's going to be going before Calvin, I believe. Yep, he's a little bit out, but still pretty close. But obviously in a playoff, every putt is nervy, as you can see there. Just hangs on and goes in. So Adam gets his birdie. Calvin looking to tap his in. And he does so. One hole, not enough. On to hole 2. Calvin driving first on hole 2. Earlier in the round, both him and Adam also took birdies on this shorter par 3. Calvin wants it to swing. It does. Great drive to put the pressure on Adam from Calvin. Let's see what he can do. Pipes it out there. Looks pretty good. Nice little skip, and that's going to be perfect. What a clutch drive by Adam there. So now Calvin will be putting first. Both of them inside the circle. Still very nerve-wracking, but puts it in there. Now for Adam to finish off his drive. And he does so. So, moving on to the third playoff hole. Even though these two didn't end the round playing the best, they coming out hot in the playoff with 2 birdies. Calvin driving first on the long par 4. Really just a fun looking drive. So he chucks it up there over to the right. Pretty good from Calvin. Adam also looking to chuck it up into the sky and have it turn right. Kind of hard to tell how this hole works on film, but looks like a fun hole. Adam puts his drive in a great spot. It's going to be in the middle. Doesn't seem to have any trees in his way. I think Calvin will be... Nope, Adam's still throwing first. Still has a very tricky approach here. And he catches a little pine tree limb or something way up high, and looked like it dropped him pretty straight down. So Adam will not be near the circle for the birdie. Calvin looking to capitalize. His approach, slide, bounce. It's going to be in circle 2. Adam has got this long putt for birdie, but just earlier in this round he was making all sorts of putts like this. He's definitely got it in him. But that one is not going to go. Looks like it might have even rolled a little bit away. So Adam will be taking a par at best, which means Calvin has this putt here for the win. Circle 2 putt. Seems like they've been Him and Adam have been putting from this range a lot today. And Calvin bangs it in there for the win. Take another look. Boom. Great win for Calvin. Great showing by Adam Hammis as well. Really one of the more interesting battles, as they both started off so hot and then had a little lull in the middle. But Calvin finishes strong. That's it for us. Peace.